Hello farmers and welcome back to No Man's Land. Yes, still in the month of October. Just finishing up the sugarcane harvest, bringing the last load in. And so far, the sugar mill is taking it all. I don't know how much is in there, but I want to say maybe I've taken a dozen trips down here. At least it seems like it. But let's dump our last load in. And yep, you're going to tip it. But let's go in and see how much sugarcane we actually got down here. Where is it? There it is. And sugarcane, I've been kind of keeping a little bit of an eye on it. So right now we're going to say we got 1.4 million liters of sugarcane in here. So that's going to be like 700,000 liters of sugar we're going to be making. So that's going to be busy for a while. So there is that. So I'm recording this just after Wednesday's episode came out. And we're going to go over a few things anyways. Let's see. Where do I want to bring this trailer? I think we're going to go up to the pig food mixer up through there, and we're actually going to top off the pigs with some pig food that the mixer has made, but we're going to go ahead and empty out what we do have and put it into the pig pen. So a few things you guys have mentioned. The sugar beet, apparently there's a modded auger wagon that you can load up with sugar beet. It'll turn it into cut sugar beet, so that'll be a lot quicker way than with the bucket. That's one thing. Someone also did mention after selling one trailer, then buying this one, I think they're a little confused because they said now we don't have no wagon to pick up our grass out the field. No, we still have that forage wagon over there. That's a different trailer. So we still have that. I didn't sell that. So that's the wrong trailer. I know that Crone trailer can get kind of confusing because most of the Crone trailers when the game first came out were forage wagons, but that was just a grain trailer. So there's that. Also, a couple people actually have mentioned that 12 meter wide corn / sunflower header that we're using. They were having the same issues as I were, and one said, yeah, they sold it. I'm going to keep the corn header for now, and what I might do is we may move around where we plant our sunflowers and oilseed. Maybe we'll put that at a level ground area so we don't have the problem with the header. It seemed to work fine on flat land. Sugar beet, pig food. 37,000 liters of pig food we got. So this should last our pigs for quite a long time. I also need to feed the chickens today as well. And yes, I think it was Paul that also mentioned, he mentioned something before. He caught something on American Truck Simulator, I think. But he thinks the problem with my key bindings being reset is downloading from the in-game mod hub, which is basically what I do. I go in-game and see what mods need to be refreshed, and apparently for him, he found out by updating the mods in-game, that would cause his modded key bindings that needs, key bindings would reset those. So that could be a thing. So I'm passing along to you guys if you're having the same issue. Basically what he does apparently is he goes to probably the Giants website, downloads them from there, then puts them in game. You can check out his comment. It was in Wednesday's episode of how he does it to get around that. So that's what he does. So I think we're pretty much caught up on some of the comments I saw from Wednesday's episode. But as for today, yep, we got the sugarcane done, all the harvesting is done, and now it's time to start getting prepared for next season. So yeah, next season looks like we're going to be just planting corn and probably some oats. While it's unloading, I don't know if it's going to take it all, but if we go down to our production buildings, so we got lots of them. Cereal, we need honey. We got the honey. Oats and corn, we're going to need that. And of course, raisins, which we're going to get to as well. I'm not sure if we're going to get to the raisins, or start at least putting down the grapes today, because I do remember on Elm Creek when I tried to put the olives down, it wouldn't let me put the olives down until it was quote-unquote growing season for them. So you just can't plant them when it's not growing season, which seems kind of weird. I mean, I guess, whatever. Either way, as for the cut sugar beet and sugar beet, I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet. I know someone also did mention do what I'm doing like with the flour and what have you. So like the flour, we have that. Where is the flour? Let me scroll up to where the flour is. I cannot put, wow, flour's way up here. So yeah, I'm putting the flour on storing. You cannot really do that with the sugar beet because I can't go to that mixer that I'm aware of, the grinder. The pigs are full of pig food, so I got extras. That's going to last them a while. As far as I know, I cannot go to that grinder and take out the sugar beet out of there, the cut sugar beet, and then manually put the cut sugar beet into the fermenter. But I will have to double check on that. So, I mean, that's something I could try if that's the thing, but I'm not sure if I can just put the cut sugar beet right directly into the fermenter. I don't know if there's an input for that. I'm kind of hoping I can put the sugar beet, sorry, I got sugar beet on the mind still. See, hopefully I should be able to put the pig food right back into the mixer. Pig food is not accepted here. So I can put anything in here except for pig food, and that's what we're making. Well, now I'm going to find out, can I sell pig food at the No Man Land shop? Now, usually that shop accepts everything, but I do not see. I'm going to check again. Let me go into the market here. Is pig food actually on my list? And I have never seen it here. Now, I could be missing it because we're starting to get a lot of stuff that we're selling. And, yeah, I didn't see pig food anywhere. That's all we have. So let's go see if I can sell pig food. If not, and then, well, it's only 4,000 liters of pig food I got in here. I could just dump on the ground, but I'll probably just empty out the trailer and be done with it, I guess. Because we're going to make plenty of pig food. And I'm not in a big rush for it like I thought I would be episodes ago when we first put down the pigs. Let's go see if we can sell pig food. And if we can, you know, maybe I can make a little bit of money off of it. Still no flickering trees after patch 1.5 came out, so that's a good thing. I'm very happy with that. Was not very happy when I was getting the flickering trees because I was putting the trees down to add color for the fall season. And that was starting to be annoying for me because I saw a lot of it off camera. And I don't know for you guys, for the little time you saw it, it could have been, yeah, it just catches your eye and just distracts you too much. But now we can see all the beautiful fall colors, at least for another month or two, and then we'll have winter. So the question is, can I actually sell pig food or not? If not here, I may actually try to run down to the farm shop and see if I can sell it there. Oh, I can sell pig food. So 4,000 liters. I got 5,200. So I can sell pig food even though it doesn't show it on the market page. And it's going for about, what, 1,200, 1,250, I would assume. So that's good to know that it sells there. But it's weird that it doesn't show up in the market page. Well, you know, it's good. You know, I don't have to waste it. I can sell it. And now we know we can sell it. So sometimes things may not be in the market page, but you can sell it. You just got to know, you just got to guess where they go, I suppose. But the other thing is I can't see what the market is for it. Oh, well, not that big of a deal. All right, let's go back to the farm. The rain will be coming later on. Not that big of a deal. It's going to be kind of late. So what I mean late, it should be like when the sun's going down. But what I want to do here is we're going to go back to the main farm. I got the Ideal 9T combine to fix and wash up, same with the corn header. So if I do move, like right now we got the canola down here, I could move the beehives down here, or just figure out what I want to do next season and plant our oilseed crop wherever it's going to be. Don't know yet. Alright, let's sneak into here. Spend a little bit of cash. Let's go ahead and repair this for $27.55. That's not that bad. And repair this for 29 bucks. All right. And swing it around. Now I'm going to park this right where the New Holland 770 was. And that'll give us more room in our sheds. Will this sneak in there? Just barely. So even on flat ground though, the RPMs of the combine were way extreme. A little concerning. It may wear out my combine a little bit quicker with that. I'm not sure if it does or doesn't. But if we find that we still have problems with the header next season, then yeah, off with its head. We'll sell it back to the store, and we'll just have to downgrade to the 9-meter wide one. It's kind of weird because that header used to work all the time in previous versions of Farming Simulator, but yeah, I'm not really sure what the difference is now. And you know, I had the problem with it right off, and a couple of you guys had the problem with it right off. I'm surprised that issue hasn't been resolved. Not sure there, but okay, what I will do here is make sure we take the corn header off the harvester, because we don't want our combine backing up like our 770 did. Alright, there's one item put away. Now we'll dive in here and wash the McCormick and our beautiful little horse seed drill. Let's see, the McCormick is... I just repaired the McCormick after we mowed, didn't we? And all I did was Ted, Windrow, and Bale, and now I need to repair it again for $8.92. $100 for the drill. The implements are rather cheap to repair, it seems like. Just remember, though, I am running the reduced maintenance cost mod. I was watching CLEP over the past holiday weekend here in the States, and I don't know when his episode came out, but I think it might have been the McCormick. It might have been the McCormick that he had. It was bringing to repair shop. He's like, I'm not repairing it every month for $13,000, $14,000 every time. It's like, I'm just not doing it. It's like, yep, that's rather expensive. I'm trying to remember what the repair costs were in previous versions, and what, you know, it's almost like they've doubled or maybe even tripled the cost of the repairs. I'm not too sure. Oh, and someone else left a comment. I don't know if it was in Wednesday's episode or not. When I was selling things, they said, bring it to the store, you get more for it. I get the same for it by selling it right here at our workshop. I get the bonus for selling it here as well. The only time you don't get the bonus is when you go into the store page like this. If I went to the garage, if I sold, let's just say if I just sold McCormick like right here. Let's see, I'll try to prove it to you. So right now, if I sold this, I would get $102,000 for it. So we'll see when we go into our workshop. I should get is it 20% bonus? I forgot what it is. You know what? I'm not going to park this in there. I've had a slight issue. This is almost as wide as the poster of that shed. So I'm actually going to go ahead and park this over here. Alright, so if I were to sell this going through the store page, I'd get $102,000. And I should get a 20% increase. If it's 20%, I should get like an additional $20,000 for it, right? Let's see what I would get if I were to sell it here. It's actually 112, so that's a 10% increase. About that. So I do get the bonus right here in our own little workshop. Alright, I'm going to bring the trailer and the Mac Anthem through and do that as well. And I'm going to back the McCormick up to the plow because I plan on plowing the fields tomorrow, or start plowing the fields tomorrow. So we'll park that right there for now. And last but not least, the Mac Anthem and our trailer. And then we'll call it a day. Oh, no, not quite call it a day. I do have to feed the chickens. The trailer for 119, yes. And the Mac Anthem for 85. Life doesn't seem that hard anymore on the farm when you have over $500,000 in the bank account. And it's not like you're desperate in need of buying anything currently. Quick rinse there. I do like this trailer. The only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit is I keep setting the trailer to dump with a slider. And every time I get out of the truck and get back in it, it resets to a tipping trailer. But other than that, it's a good trailer, which is just remember what setting I had it on. Alright, so I'm hoping this trailer will fit next to the planter. It should. Alright, and actually I'll grab the McCormick because I got to feed the chickens because my T6 is still down at the BGA with the whole sugar beet thing I was trying to do. And that's not working out rather well. What I would like to actually see, because I was thinking about this, is like when we distribute things, you could either store them, sell them, distribute them, where they accept products. So if we go into our production buildings, I wish we could do on incoming materials. Why not have an option for activate, deactivate in order to be able to accept items? Because, you know, I know Giants wasn't probably thinking at the beginning when they were making their production buildings, because every production building, you know, that production is only going down a certain chain. With all the mods that we can have for production buildings, you know, how many buildings do I got that can accept flour? Well, I want the flour to be distributed to some buildings but not others. And we can solve that by just putting it on storing and have to get it ourselves. But like the BGA, I can't, as far as I know, I don't think I can go ahead and take out the cut sugar beet and manually put it into the fermenter. But I can test that really quickly. I can grab some sugar beet in the bucket and go up to the fermenter and see if there's a trigger for it just to automatically take it that way. If it does, I'll just do the cut sugar beet and then dump it right into the fermenter instead of going through our grinder. There, this should take care. Let me just double check because I've goofed up a few times on the animals here. So the cows we took care of together at the end of the last episode. So they got, you know, TMR, total mixed rations. They are full. They got full on straw, water. They are good. The pigs, that can hold 85,000 liters, and they're going through maybe 200 liters a day right now, the current 10. The chickens, we now see are full. Oh, I got to remove the eggs from their spawn point. And, yep, the sheep are doing better now because I gave them some grass and gave them some water. So they are good. They are good to go, and we are good to go and get out of the month of October. Seems like I've been in October for a whole month in real life. That's what it feels like. I probably should check, because I've been checking some other things. I haven't checked the store. Well, the things are coming off in the used vehicle sale. Things are coming off, but nothing new has come on there yet. I mean, I'm looking for a few things. I would like I said, about a 400 horsepower tractor. And I'm not too concerned. Like I said, I probably would like to trade in the Fendt at one point. Nothing wrong with it. Just like to change things up a little bit. You know, in the future, I'll probably even change the McCormick, but not right now. I'm enjoying the McCormick. All right, we'll park that right there. Yes, the chickens. I want to forget the chickens. Let me go ahead and move these eggs over. And tomorrow we should have 20 more cows in our lovely little cow barn. And I'm just knocking things everywhere here, but that's fine. Autoloader will go ahead and pick them on up later on. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go to bed. I think we're all set. I've already taken care of the furniture building. Let me go ahead and check on the sheep. I don't remember. I think I took care of the sheep at one point in this in-game day. But although they do got wool spawning here quite a bit, so let's go ahead and move some of this stuff. Got to bring this over to the spinnery. So there's our sugarcane field, which is now no longer a sugarcane field. We're going to start working on this tomorrow by plowing this. And at some point, let's see, I don't know how the pH value. pH value still says it's good, so apparently sugarcane does not absorb that much or change the pH value too much. And then, of course, I'll have to pick up some rocks. I think we're good to go. Oh, no. We're not done yet today. What am I thinking about? We need to go see if I can plant down can I actually plant down some grapes? And I don't think we're going to be able to, but we'll take a quick test here. I got to go to... Where are they? Is that in productions? Orchards. There we go. And, of course, grapes. Now, I do want to do it on a hill, but I'm just doing a quick test here to see if I can plant them. This fruit cannot be planted in October. Yeah, so you can't plant them in the off-season. So that's going to be like springtime. Where are they? Grapes. So, yeah, we have to wait until March. March, April, May. That's when we have to wait. All right. So we'll wait and do that in the springtime. I haven't really checked my environmental score. That's still... Okay, I think we were at 99. We're down to 98, which is okay, because we're still at 15% there. Let's go ahead and go to bed if I can squeeze in the door here. Not many more months with this cabin sitting here. I think we're going to go to 9 o'clock because the sun's not going to be quite up at 8 o'clock, and I want the sun to be up. Hopefully it's not raining in the morning. Fingers crossed. Sounds good right now, but I do see a lot of clouds in the sky. There we go. Alright, so we're kind of all set here. Trying to see if the wheat is growing back there, but cannot tell. Alright, let's go into the shop and what is for... No items for sale today. Well, at least right now there isn't. Okay. Not a big deal. Let me just go to here and let's go ahead and check on the sheep. So even overnight, yeah, we got a couple more pallets here. So that needs to be brought over and start making some fabric and start making some clothes, because when April rolls around, I want to make sure we are good to go there. Yep, we'll take care of that field here in just a moment. So, so absolutely nothing in the store for sale. Kind of interesting. Very, very interesting. So, I'm not going to really know how much I'm going to be spending on grapevines until March. That's okay. Let's see how many eggs we got overnight. Alright, so a couple of pallets. This one was almost full anyways. So I'll have this to sell. Got the Big Red Barn stuff to sell. And if I check my stat page on the cows... Let's see, sheep. Yep, they're looking okay. Chickens should be fine. Pigs are... Yeah, they went through like 275 liters, so nothing at all. And, yep, we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Because there's 20 here. So we got 80 cows now. So the stats went down a little bit because when you add 20 cows, it's gonna make this go off a little bit. The milk will have to be brought down to the dairy godmother, and we'll have to start making some butter. And do I need any chocolate? The only place that really needs chocolate is... Oh, where, did I go buy it? Yeah, so how much chocolate do we got left? Yeah, I could use some chocolate here. Alright, so I think we'll bring all the milk down and we'll make some chocolate. So let's go do that first so that process can get going. Leave that trailer there. We'll go get the tanker, start filling up with some milk, bring that down to the dairy godmother, get that process going. We'll come back, grab the McCormick, and we'll start plowing the sugarcane field because that does need to be plowed after 3 cycles of sugarcane have gone through it. Yep, the wheat field is growing. Now, we shouldn't get no weeds at all because I plowed the fields. So, we'll check our environmental score as time goes on to see if that resets to say spray the fields. If we do, then we'll just do the thing where we have to go around and just turn on the sprayer in each lot for a second just to get that score back up. But I'm wondering what will happen if we just leave it be. So we do got some fields to work in. The sugarcane field, we got 2 sunflower fields that we harvested, and of course we got the sugar beet field. So I got 4 fields that need to be plowed, rock picked, and sprayed with digestate if I got enough of it. Oh, sorry, I'm probably going to be full of water because I haven't done with it since I parked here. So I got like 26,000 liters in it, or 22. Let me go ahead and top off the cows with the water that we have. And then what we'll do is, because is that a thing where we can dump the water on the ground? Nope. So we'll have to use the helper mod here. And what we would just want to do is empty out our tanker. And our tanker is now empty. And slowly back on up. The one thing I probably should be doing, but we don't have that yet, is how much slurry do we have here? Where's the trigger? Alright, so yeah, we're getting up there in slurry. I don't know if that's capped off or not, but we could always put that processor down at the BGA and bring the slurry down and get some money from that. We also have some manure I can also bring down to the BGA and get that processed. But I think I would like to top off my greenhouses first. But they are starting to pile up the manure. We're getting more cows, so that's going to be a nice little bit of income down at the BGA. Big Red Barn doing the Big Red Barn thing. But I do believe here in No Man's Land, the money at this point is coming in at a really good clip. So it's not going to be like, well, we got to wait for money before we can buy the next thing. We're at the point now, I'm just hanging on to this money, and it's like, yeah, we'll switch things up when we're ready for it. But as for the production buildings, I think we got all the base game ones down, so it's time to really start decorating this a little bit more down here. Of course, the two new ones behind us. So this should have plenty of sugar in here. Now we just need the milk to make chocolate and, of course, butter. So let's go to our production buildings, of course. Where are we in the sense of... when did I put that down? No, it's going to be down here somewhere. Or up here somewhere. somewhere. Did I put it down before the Big Red Barn? Apparently I did. Alright, so we do have some sugar in here. Not a whole lot. But when I make butter... okay, and when I make chocolate, it's 50-50. Alright, well, we'll activate that, and of course, activate butter. And that should be good to go. We got enough butter to cover that, I do believe. Alright, so we are making butter and some chocolate. Chocolate is all for the chocolate donuts, and the butter I can distribute mostly probably to the donut shop. And maybe a little bit to Bread Pit. I don't know how Bread Pit's doing on butter when we're making some cakes. Okay, I want to meet you back at the main farm. I'm going to grab the McCormick and start plowing the sugarcane field, because that badly needs it. Well, before we do anything else, I do want to see... I do got the info triggers on. If I come around to the fermenters, so what we're looking for, if you look in the bio grinder that we have here, you can see a trailer tipping symbol. I need to see that around the fermenters in order for me to tip right into the fermenters, and I don't see. I just see the wrenches, which will allow me to do the same thing we do in the production panel. So I don't think I can just go ahead and take cut sugar beet and dump it right into the fermenter. It has to go through the process of going through the grinder. Nope. Let me scoot around here. So what I actually have to do, I'm just coming over here so I can do this. It's going to dump the cut sugar beet on the ground. Hopefully I can pick it back up. Should be able to. So what I'm going to look for is any place I can actually tip this, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere because I don't see the trigger mark. So feeding the fermenters directly with cut sugar beet. And unfortunately, the sugar plant is taking most of the cut sugar beet out of the grinder, which is kind of frustrating. Yep. Alright, so I mean, I guess I could just, you know, do all the cut sugar beet and wherever it goes, it goes. We'll dump that in there. Alright. And I don't want to do a sugar beet today. That was a long harvest. Let's get ourselves up here. Go grab the McCormick and start plowing the sugarcane field. Yeah, it is kind of weird that sometimes you look into the store. Actually, I'm going to turn back off the... oh, someone did ask, but someone did reply on their comment on how to turn off the triggers. And you got to come down to this symbol right here. The settings symbol. And then what you're looking for is interactive zone markers. You want to turn those off. And that gets rid of all the circles and what have you on the map. But it does come in handy when you're putting down something new you never used before. It is kind of handy to kind of like see maybe where the triggers are. Alright, let's go ahead and unfold this. And say goodbye to the sugarcane. I'm not on allowed crate fields, am I? No, apparently we're not. So once again, even with precision farming, I know I've repeated this a few times, but it shows you on the score sheet that if you plow a field, you get 0 points. But as long as you direct drill later on, you're going to get the full score. So plowing is okay to do. So you'll get rid of the weeds for one, because the weeds don't seem to grow back, just like in normal game. And if you're looking to get some stones to make lime like we do, then you can get back to doing that. And that's what we're going to be doing. So next spring, we'll get to putting down the vineyard. I just got to find a really good place to do it. The reason there was a comment about putting vineyards on hills, and apparently it's for drainage of water. So I mean, obviously, I guess vines, at least grapevines anyway, sitting in water is not really the greatest thing. So that's why a lot of vineyards are on hills, because the water will drain better. That's the way I'm taking it anyways from what they said. And I think I did hear that before. So that's why you see a lot of vineyards on hills. That way the ground keeps only a certain amount of moisture into it. And there's a few other things that they also said. So I have heard that before myself. So we're going to try to find a decent hill, but I want it to be over by the cow barn somewhere, because that's where the olive grove is going to be. And I want the olive grove and vineyard kind of next to one another, because they're going to use a lot of the same implements. Not all the same implements, but, you know, most of it. But as for the rest of the fields here, the ones I mentioned, we got the sugarcane field, we got the 2 sunflower fields. We got the sugar beet field, and the other field down by the sugar beet. It's going to be all corn and oats. So we can go ahead and make a lot of cereal. We got plenty of work to do before we get that far. We got these fields to get all prepped up for... Wait, I got to double check. Is that in March as well to plant the oats? Corn is a little bit later, I think. Yeah, corn is at least until April, but oats is right in March. So we got November and most of the time December. January and February, that all depends. I mean, we could do some field work in those months. But if it's snowing and there's snow on the ground, don't want to. I've had a couple of winters where had no snow cover at all. I think we've had one winter where it was a good layer of snow, and we had to almost wait until mid-March. I forgot how many years ago it was in game, but I remember recording during the episode, the snow melted all in the month of March, and it melted rather fast. Even though I know I was playing on, I think we were on like maybe 15 times speed, because we were waiting for the snow to melt, but it was a good layer of snow that just disappeared. So the sugarcane harvest, I remember way back when, seems like a long time ago, that I asked before we did the sugarcane, I'm like, would you guys rather see sugar beet and sugarcane? And it was like 98% said sugarcane. So now that you've seen it, I know a few people said, yeah, it does seem kind of tedious. Yeah, if you're using the in-game sugarcane harvester, it takes a while. The mod that you get in the mod hub for the headers for the forage harvester, like we just used, that is the way to go. I can't see myself going back to just the base game harvester, because that takes a while. But I suppose if you're doing multiplayer and you get a couple of those harvesters going, and you got people to, transport the sugarcane to wherever it needs to go, and you got other trailers ready to go, and you got 2 harvesters in the field, I can see where it's not that bad. When we're trying to get a lot of work done, it can be time taking. It didn't take that long to sugarcane harvest this field at all with that mod. It zipped right through it. But I'm kind of glad to see the sugarcane go at this point. First harvest was interesting because I've never harvested it before myself. And then after doing the base game harvester, we upped it to the forage harvester and the mod. It was like, okay, this is a lot better. By the time the third harvest came around, it's like, well, we got that to do. But the good part of it was, like I said, I knew it wasn't going to take long to get the harvest done. It's just that we have way too much sugar. I mean, we sold a lot of sugar last episode. I don't know what Lord of the Wings is going to do with all that sugar, but they wanted it for the price, they got it. It does seem just a little bit weird that in the month of November there's nothing for sale in the store, because you would think, August, September, October is a harvest season. So you think after the season you get farmers like, well, I'm not going to use that equipment anymore, or let's go ahead and sell it now so we can, maybe buy new ones for next year. And November comes and we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. There'll be stuff in the store as we go along here. Now we are looking for the equipment for grapes. And you know what? We can even do olives next year too. All depends on how the money situation goes, because we already got the production building for the olives. That's the oil production building. So we can get right into olives. So any of that equipment comes up for sale, we'll definitely look at it. The only thing is, well, I mean, it would be hard to say no if the olive harvester came up for sale, because that is a rather piece of equipment that, what do those go for again? I know they're expensive. Is it like $380,000? Oh, that price, okay, that price isn't that bad, $242. Did they lower that? Or, and $306, did those prices come down? I thought they were a little bit more expensive than that when the game first came out. So in theory, I could buy both harvesters now if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that because it is going to be kind of expensive just to put the orchards down. But we got a few months to figure it out. And if we get the same amount of clothes as we did last year from the sheep, we should get like, what, 120,000 from the sheep. But this year we will have the bonus from our environmental score. So that'll be like an additional $10,000, $12,000 from that. We should be making some more donuts by then. Just got to, the cows got to make a little bit more milk, because we're making all butter and chocolate with the current batch. And then of course when June/July comes along, we got her furniture that we usually get about $180,000 to $200,000 worth of furniture. And by then, you know, we pretty much will, I don't want to say have everything, but I think we might have everything that we are looking to do on the farm. And then it's just slowly adding more to the land. Putting in just a couple more roads, some residential areas. I have some other plans as well. That's all I'm going to say because I don't know if I can actually make it work. There's a couple things I would like to do. And then I think next year is going to be a slow year because we're going to have so much work to do. So many different crop types, so many different fields, and taking care of grapes and olives if we do olives at the same, you know, get them both going next season. Yeah, that's going to take quite a bit of work. The only thing I want to be careful of is, yeah, I do want a big olive grove and also a big vineyard. I just got to be careful not making the rows too long, because when you use those harvesters, you're going down. Well, you got a harvester on either side of the vineyard or the olive trees. So if I make the rows too long and the harvester gets full and I'm in the middle of the row, I got to completely drive all the way down to the other end to be able to unload a trailer or however we're going to do it. So I just got to be careful not to make the rows too long, but I don't want to make them too short either. We'll see how it all goes. I got a few months to figure it out. A few more passes here, and this field will be completely clean of sugar beet. Well, the sugar beet is gone out of here, but so now that I've plowed the field, what does the pH level say? Okay, so the pH level is still pretty darn good, so I don't really have to worry about it, I don't think. So those two fields up there are definitely going to be oats. I'm not going to plant corn or anything like that that needs the other header because, yeah, we saw the problem that I had with the header on those hills. This bogged the combine down to nothing. And with 650 horsepower, that should not be a problem. Even if the combine was like fully worn out, I think the combine would drop to maybe like 500 horsepower at that point. That should easily run that header. Well, it has in the past anyways, so I just don't know if the mod author knows. I would think they would know about that issue. This seems weird. I was not expecting that when I was using that header on those fields. But I noticed it when I was harvesting the first sunflower field. I'm like, boy, the RPMs we're in the red on the RPMs. I wonder if I were to go to, because I have not dipped into the manual shifting yet on the tractors in 22, because that is another new thing. Although it was a mod in 19, the manual shifting. But I really haven't gotten into it. I thought I would actually like to get into it, but it's one of those things I've been putting off and putting off, because I keep telling myself I'm not going to like it. But that's why I said way back in beginning of 19 or so, when manual attach came along, I was like, yeah, I don't want that. Then I started using it. It's like, oh, what was I thinking? I like it. So I may try manual shifting once in a while. That might solve that issue on the hills. Or the two people that said they had problems with that header as well. If you do manual shifting and that didn't solve the problem, then let me know. And also let me know, was that on a hill or was that on flat surface that you're having problems with the header? would be good to know. So once again, let's see, spending spree would be like anything to do with olive grove, vineyards, the Breedle spreader for spreading lime on the field. We don't have one of those. I've been leasing it every time, which is okay. But I mean, if I could have one around, that way I can spread lime when I want to, rather than trying to group a whole bunch of fields up, so when I do lease it, I get my money's worth. Another medium, a large medium, or a small large tractor. Yeah, I said it like that. So like 400 horsepower-ish. Because I kind of want to retire the T6 to just be around the cow barn and doing that kind of stuff. I really don't want the T6 to have to go in the fields and actually do the work. I want the McCormick and whatever tractor we do get. I mean, I am eyeing up a fast track. And of course the Fendt tractor, but then again, I'm talking about trading that in at some point. We did buy that used, so I would like to maybe trade that in. And like I said, looking maybe at getting the John Deere 9R, just because, you know, I'm trying to use as many popular brands as possible. And John Deere, we use John Deere in Elm Creek, but let's face it, Elm Creek, like the first 6 episodes, like, yeah, let's do a farm. And then after a few episodes, like, no, I'm going to treat this farm as a learning experience, so when a modded map comes out, we are ready to go. I'm going to bring this on over and get ready to do some sunflower fields, but what we're going to do next is we're going to just come on down and get the Fendt tractor, and we're going to take the wool over to the spinnery and start making some fabric, get that process going. Because if I keep putting it off, I'll put it off too long, and then I won't be able to make the fabric fast enough in order to make clothes. Nope. And yep, that's perfect. I mean, we only have 65 hours on this tractor, and I don't know how many were on the tractor when we bought it used. But I mean, it was a heck of a deal for a tractor that has 505 horsepower. I think we bought it for like $160,000 or something like that. Some ridiculously low price. And then that was like in the early stages here in No Man's. Well, I mean early stages though, because we're at an episode like 109-ish. That's where we're at. Yeah, it was like episode 20 or 30 that this was on sale. It's like, and we had the money. It's like, well, we can't pass this up. All right, here, let's go ahead and turn this on. And if I go slow, it should load them up nicely. If you go too fast, it'll leave spaces in between them, and then it gets harder to double stack them. And that's all the autoloader will actually allow me to stack, but we are going to get on now and use our super strength. Try to see what I'm doing here. The only thing this will do is make it extremely top heavy. So I just got to be careful. Even the sheep are like, what are you doing, dude? You're overloading your trailer. Yeah, it's fine. Done this before. We are almost professionals at overloading our trailers. Yeah, it's not quite on there, but it's on there good enough. And we'll leave that one right there because I'm pretty sure I'll have to make another trip like in January or so. $26,000 liters, and I think it takes 4,000 liters to make 1,000 liters of clothing. Come on, dear. Move before I run into you. So that is 6,500 liters of clothing that we'll have. So that potentially is somewhere around $60,000 worth, right? I think that's correct. Let's bring this on over to Tight Knit, and we'll get that turned on, start making some fabric. And then we'll come back, grab some eggs, and I think we got to just go ahead and sell those, because I think all of our production buildings are full, or full enough with eggs anyways. Seems like a long drive around, but here we are. And there we go. Let's go ahead into the production building. Wait, there's the fabric wool. Let's go ahead and activate that. Yeah, so it's 60 for 30. And then, of course, it's... Yeah, so that should be correct. At least I think so. 4,000 liters to make 1,000 liters, I do believe. All right, let's go pick up our eggs. And we need to bring the eggs to... Once I find out where the eggs are here. Eggs right here. Let's see. Well, Bread Pit is what we own. Donut Production, Farm Shop. Lord of the Wings is the winner. Once again. So go back, pick up the eggs, and we'll see what Lord... I mean, they got tons of sugar, so they got to be making some pastries, I guess, with all the eggs and sugar they're wanting at this point. Pretty close to 23,000 liters of eggs. So this should be pretty good income, at least $30,000, right? What did I say the price was? Like 14 something? Yes, that should bring in almost $30,000. So can we get over $600,000 back into the bank account? I think it's possible. I think it's very, very possible. And who knows if I can just figure out how to get that sugar, cut sugar beet into the fermenters at the BGA, can definitely be making a good amount of money from there. And right now, the only way I can think about doing it is just getting rid of the sugar mill. And can't really do that right now because we got 1.4 million liters of sugar cane in there waiting to be processed. I guess I could just keep the sugar beet around for a while. Wait for the sugar cane to be processed, which could take almost 2 years at this point, and then sell the sugar cane factory and then use all the sugar beet. But by then, I don't really think we're going to be in dire need of money. So I think we'll just keep the sugar beet around for making pig food, and I could, if I wanted to, I could just sell the pig food with it. So not that big of a deal. In the early stages, I probably would have been more upset about it because, for a while it's like, yeah, we got to wait until we get money before we can do this, do that. But now, yeah, the money is coming in really good. And we are over 600,000. So like 29.3. And 6. So about 30, we'll just say 33,000 liters. $33,000. And I didn't see what the bonus was. But either way, we're up to $609,000 in the bank account. That is looking rather nice. And yeah, the money's just going to keep coming on in. And when December rolls around, we'll probably be taking a tanker of milk down to the donut shop. We'll start making some more donuts again. And maybe even get enough milk to bring in and probably get some cakes made as well. I may just put it all into the donut shop. Have to wait and see. Don't know. Have no idea. But I may just plow a field or two in between episodes. But next episode, we'll probably be finishing up plowing. And then, in the meantime, I'll probably... Boy, the T6 just seems really fit for picking up stones. So I'll probably get the T6 picking up stones while I'm plowing some of the fields. And, yeah, we'll kind of zip through. In the wintertime, though, I do kind of plan of at this point, with the amount of money I have, I may lease a tree harvester and just go ham on cutting down some trees. We'll top off the sawmill what we can, and then whatever logs that we have left over, we'll go ahead and just bring it on down and sell them straight up. But yeah, it's time to at least get a new house put down. I know a few people are like, get rid of the old cabin, get rid of the old cabin. Yeah, we'll get there. It's just about there. We don't spend that much time in it anyways, but yeah, it's time to upgrade our house, I think. We can now, I don't want to say safely do it, but we're financially set and we don't have to worry about it too much. And I was ready to back that into the wrong bay. That needs to be parked over here in this bay. But March will be rather busy. We got to do all the oats and, of course, put our grapes on down. And that'll be some fun thing to be doing. I'm just going to check the store again. Yeah, okay. No items. So I am kind of curious though, because like I said, I wouldn't mind trading in the Fendt for the 9R. Here is a 9R. I don't want to go... I think I can go tracks on this, right? But I don't think I want to. Or is that... Am I thinking of in 19 I can go tracks on it? I think in 19 the 9R had tracks. Yeah, so the 9R, no tracks. What is the horsepower that we can get up to? Engine setup 670. 452,000. Ooh. Alright. May hold that off. I realize I'll get money for the Fendt, but not more than half of that. So I'll dig in. This is a little bit too much. 3-point attacher. Front weight. So the only thing I can do with the front weight, that will put the scanners on, which I don't think I'd be doing that anyways. I'm just trying to see what the cost would be. Yeah, so we're looking at 454,000. Kind of expensive. But you know what? Like I said, once we're almost purely set in money, so yeah, we can start trading in some tractors that we've had for a while. Other than the T6, I think, because that was our first tractor, like our very first purchase here in No Man's Land. So, yeah, we'll kind of want to keep that. But, yeah, all the harvesting is done. Next season's getting kind of planted. I'll have to do some thinking about moving the beehives. Like I said, unless I just keep planting canola up there, but I think canola will be a one-time thing for now. That way we get the pig food up and really going, because we had to buy some this year. I mean, we're set on pig food, but I want the pig food mixer to go ahead and make a whole bunch of pig food. So, I mean, we only got 10 pigs right now. When we get up to 324, they're going to be going through the food just a little bit quicker. So I want to make sure we're all set in that. So, yeah, I want to get back to sunflowers. So if I want to use the header that we got, it has to be on flat land or trade in that header and go for the 9-meter wide one. So we may move the beehives, which is not that expensive to do. So just something to think about. Let's see, the chickens are taken care of. Yeah, all the animals are pretty much taken care of. So I'm just going to get back to plowing. Maybe get the T6 up here and start picking up some rocks. And then maybe as the day goes on, I'll keep checking on the store. But I probably will see you again late day in November. And we should be finishing up plowing and picking up some stones. And then, yeah, we'll just see what the end of November and early December looks like. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.